Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine Beltran, and I'm a lead coach here at Simplicity Ops. And today we're going to talk to you about opportunities. Now, whenever you hear the word opportunities, immediately think of your sales pipeline. They really are one and the same, and it's there to help you keep track of where you're at with those prospects or even the new money that's associated with your existing clients. Now, to start with opportunities, it really is as simple as clicking on opportunities on the left-hand side. This is by default going to display every single opportunity that you have open in your database. Now, before I really hop in, I do want to clarify that I am not going to go through every single one of these fields within this tool. In fact, my big tip here is do not overthink it. This is not the most robust tool within the Redtail CRM. However, when used appropriately, it can be an effective tool to, again, help you with tracking, again, those sales pipeline. Now, for this example, I'm going to go ahead and hop into one I just threw in here earlier. And I want to talk about really two big fields here that can make a difference if we actually use them and use them appropriately. One of those is Stage. Stage by default only has two choices, closed lost and closed won. This, however, is completely customizable. You do have to be an admin to actually customize this list. However, if I have that admin access and I come in here and I add these stages, this is what's going to answer the question of where am I at with this new opportunity. This is, again, completely customizable. That is both a good and bad thing. Good, because again, it helps us keep track. Bad, if I come in here and I get a little hog wild, this can get out of control and then we, again, don't use it appropriately. So definitely collaborate as a team. Think about your process for those prospects. What are those meetings I take them through? What's, again, that onboarding looking like? That's where you want to start with. On the other side of that coin, though, think about the existing business you have. What do we deal with? So think about those rollovers. Think about an inheritance, property sale. Again, this is where you'll come up with those ideas. I will say, again, there is a second tool that is going to be useful here, and is the next steps option here. I really stress this in an example of a not a good fit scenario. If I just left this as closed lost, it is going to look like I am horrible at my job, when in reality, there are some situations where we may meet with that prospect and we just go, you know what, this isn't going to be the best for everyone involved. If you have that, and I left closed lost and I left the amount, it again is going to look like I am the worst person ever when it comes to, again, taking those onboarding of a prospect. This is my tip for you here. Change it to closed lost. However, use that next steps to fill in some extra details. So I can come in here and say, not a good fit. That way, when it comes to that historical reporting, I can go by that stage, but I can also see why. That's where that next steps comes in. My other tip, clear this out to 0. Again, you didn't actually really lose that business. To me, it was just, hey, a better fit somewhere else. We're, again, just kind of walking our way, wiping our hands clean, however, again, you want to look at it. But use these two to your advantage and use this freeform text box to keep track of, again, those little extra details. One more little gentle reminder. At the very bottom, there is a note section. Not commonly used, but when it is used, I find it is used incorrectly. And that is because we assume that any note that we add here is going to go to the contact records note section. False. Any note that I add in this actual note section is going to attach to the opportunity itself, not necessarily the contact record. Here's my tip. If you want it to exist in 2 locations, you can start with this section, but head to the bottom, go to the additional link contacts, type in your person's name. So in my case here, I've got Maggie. When I add that person here, that's where it's then going to save to the opportunities and the contact records main page. So again, don't overthink this process, though. This is probably the most tricky scenario in the opportunity realm. However, everything else is really as straightforward as it appears. Thank you all for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful day.